Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, good morning, Utah. On this Friday, let's talk about your forecast because changes are brewing. Let's look at these temperatures, 40s, 50s, and 60s out there. Yeah, a very mild start to our morning here across the Beehive State. As we look at the weather map, believe it or not, there's actually a cold front that's making its way through the state this morning. Now, we're not seeing a ton of precipitation. We had a little rain activity last night towards Cache Valley, maybe even portions of the northern Wasatch Front, but that's kind of fizzled out now. We had a couple of sprinkles across southern Utah around Cedar City, but that's pretty much coming to an end. We do have a lot of clouds, and I think that's going to be the theme as we go throughout today with a little precipitation developing later. But you can see the main part of the storm system that will arrive on Saturday is still off the west coast. So as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon with that front in the area and some daytime heating, we can have just enough instability to produce a couple of isolated downpours, primarily east of I-15. This looks a little more impressive than what will likely be on the radar this afternoon, but there could be some scattered downpours between, let's say, 3 and about 10 o'clock this evening, then pushing on off towards the east there towards the Vernal area by the time we get towards late this evening. Otherwise, they're fairly quiet after that for a brief period of time, but then the main part of that system starts to rotate in as we go into your Saturday. This is Saturday morning. Valley rain and mountain snow, and notice how that increases in coverage and intensity as we get into the middle of the day on Saturday. So do expect some decent downpours as we go into our Saturday afternoon. And in the mountains, that dark blue, that's some areas of some briefly moderate to heavy snow that will continue through the afternoon into the evening hours before beginning to taper off as we get towards late the evening hours. That's just some mountain snow showers. And then Sunday is quiet as we await the next storm system rolling in from the west that will be potentially a little stronger. So let's talk about the precipitation chances as we go into your Saturday because they're quite high. In fact, we're pretty much looking at a guarantee of some precipitation as you get up into the Uintas. But notice here, even down towards the I-15 corridor, we're talking about a pretty good likelihood of seeing some valley rain and mountain snow making its way on through. Now, as far as precipitation amounts, liquid equivalent, about 1/4 inch of liquid precipitation on average across the area. But we're going to be watching the snow levels closely because right now they're very high, 7,500 feet this morning, but they dropped to 6,500 feet by tonight, and by Saturday down to 5,500 feet. So that means the mountains will likely be seeing most of this falling as snow. And yes, you can see here, we're talking for the upper Cottonwoods, potentially could see about 6 to 10 inches of snow. Northern mountains, 4 to 8 inches, 1 to 4 inches for the central mountains, and the mountain valleys, a trace to 2 inches. So we've got the storm system coming in for our Saturday, bringing us cooler conditions, valley rain and mountain snow out there. We'll get a bit of a break though on Sunday, so that's your pick day of the weekend. But this system could be a little stronger and a little colder, bringing below average temperatures and more precipitation, which could mean some valley winter precipitation could be in the cards. St. George, low 70s out there, slight chance of rain on Saturday and Tuesday. Otherwise, we'll cool it down into the 60s by next week. The Wasatch Front, isolated showers today, valley rain and mountain snow likely Saturday, and then that stronger system could arrive as we head into the beginning of next week.